She had never even dreamed that one day she would be cooking food for an entire horde of terrifying-looking zombies. What was shocking was that those frightening creatures didn't harm her at all. Instead, they bowed slightly toward her, gazing at her with respect and a strange kind of gentleness. The reason was clear. Their leader, the king of the zombies, had silently fallen in love with her, but the girl had no idea who that ruler had been before the infection. In truth, she had known him since childhood. A small, kind gesture from her had carved a place in his heart that could never be erased. Then came the cursed day when the zombie virus engulfed the entire world. Cities were destroyed, people turned into monsters. That same boy became infected while searching for her, but he refused to let his memories or his love die. Meanwhile, the girl was risking her life to gather food and supplies for her boyfriend, but that selfish man snatched everything from her, shoved her outside, and slammed the door shut. At that very moment, a horrifying swarm of zombies rushed toward her. Trembling with fear, the girl curled up in the darkness, waiting for death. Just as she stood at death's door, the zombie king arrived at lightning speed. Alone, he tore through all the monsters. Seeing his strength and courage, the girl burst into tears and collapsed into his arms, begging for protection. But the moment her eyes fell on his face, she froze in terror. He was a zombie too. In panic, she aimed a toy water gun lying nearby at him. The man simply took a deep breath. Without saying a word, he lifted her up and carried her to a safe place. From afar, his followers trembled, convinced the girl would never return. When the girl finally regained consciousness, she was stunned. She was completely fine, not infected at all. Just then, the man walked into the room. She backed away in fear, certain he was about to eat her. Instead, he gently picked her up and carried her into the kitchen. Seeing the knives and forks, the girl started crying and begged for forgiveness. Then, in a calm voice, he said, "Cook for me." The girl was speechless. As she opened the refrigerator, her eyes lit up. Inside were piles of instant noodles. She jumped with excitement, but the man took the packets and set them aside. "No, I want real meat." After that, he took her to a nearby supermarket. The moment they entered, infected people lunged toward them. The man cut his finger and smeared his blood onto her palm. In an instant, all the zombies ignored her and moved on. That was when the girl realized he was their king. Seeing the supermarket full of supplies, the girl became as happy as a child and began filling the basket. But as soon as she turned into a deserted alley, she came face to face with that same worthless boyfriend. Seeing her alive, he was completely shocked. Cleverly, the girl distracted him with conversation and suddenly delivered a powerful kick to his stomach. Enraged, the man shoved her toward a swarm of zombies. At that moment, like a bolt of lightning, the zombie king stepped between them, her silent guardian. Subscribe for the next part.